A very good morning to all the students of class 5th. Dear student, today we will study the 19th chapter of social science from the book Our Land, Our World. So, the title of the chapter is India and the United Nations. So, dear student, this is the last chapter of social science. So, we will study this chapter from the book Our Land, Our World. This is the book of social science, Our Land, Our World. So, dear student, let's start the chapter. So, as you can see in my screen, India is as I am highlighting it, India is one of the 51 founder member of United Nations who signed a Charter of United Nations in 1945. Dear student, this is very important question. When was India signed the Charter of the United Nations? So the answer is India signed the Charter of United Nations in 1945. Dear student, it was also elected to the Security Council. It has been an active member of the UNICEF, WHO, UNESCO and FAO. So, Mrs. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit was elected the President of the General Assembly of the United Nations in 1953. Dear student, as you can see in my screen, this is the picture of Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, who was appointed as the President of General Assembly of United Nations in 1953. Dear student, this is very important question. When was the Lakshmi Pandit was elected as the President of General Assembly of the United Nations? So the answer is in 1953, Mrs. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit was elected as the President of General Assembly of the United Nations. Dear student, she was the first woman President of the United General Assembly. This is again very important question. Who was the first woman President of the United Nations? So the answer is Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit was the first woman President of United Nations Assembly. Indian officers have twice been appointed commander of the peacekeeping force of the United Nations. There are many senior Indian officers working in the United Nations Secretariat. So, dear student, let's move ahead and know more about it. So, let's understand India's help to United Nations as I am highlighting it. So, India has taken keen interest in promoting the activities of the United Nations and its agencies. Many Indian experts have worked in other countries for the United agencies. We have received people from other countries to train them. Whenever the United Nations required soldiers for its UNPKF, that is United Nations Peacekeeping Force, India has readily sent them. So, Indian soldiers have rendered their service in Korea, Zaire, Iraq, Iran border and Sri Lanka. Dear student, at UN session, India has provided useful solution to many problems. So, let's move ahead. United Nations help to India. How United Nations help to India? So, many experts of the United Nations have come to our country to help and solve problems. Though UNESCO, we have sent our students and officers to receive advanced training in new fields. The FAO has helped Indian farmers with the use of new machineries. So, it also advises how to increase production of milk and milk products. So, It helped in making Tarai region in Uttar Pradesh fit for cultivation. The WHO, the World Health Organization, has trained nurse and health officers. It helped in eradication of smallpox and control of infectious disease like cholera and malaria. It supplied vaccine to contract disease such as tuberculosis. So, the UNICEF has several programs in India such as Anganwadi for children and caring mothers. World Bank has advanced loan for our 5 years plan. So, this is the help to India from United Nations. Dear student, let's move ahead and know more about it. So let's understand India's policy. What is India's policy? So, dear student, India is peace-loving country. It has full faith in the objective of United Nation. India को United Nation का जो aim था, जो objective था, उस पे पूरा trust था. So, India believes in the freedom of nation. In 1960, India got resolution for freedom passed in the United Nations. So, dear student, as you can see in my screen, the resolution demanded that all countries slaved by other countries should be granted independence. India has always raised its voice against injustice taking place anywhere in the world. So, it organized world opinion against apartheid policy of then government of South Africa under as I am highlighting it. So under as I am again highlighting it, under apartheid policy of racial discrimination, the blacks were opposed by the whites in South Africa. India supported the cause of freedom of Indonesia, Libya, Tunisia, Malaya and Ghana. It also supports the many other countries who are denied their rights of own homelands by Israel. Dear student, India has always been against war. It has asked the nation to put an end to the arms race. It has declared that it would use atomic power for peaceful purpose. India has been using atomic power for the generation of electricity and curing of disease. So, let's move ahead and understand about giving a new direction, non-aligned movement. So, what is non-aligned movement? This is very important, which you should know. That is NAM, NAM. That is called non-aligned movement. So, dear student, soon after the World War II, many countries of the world were divided into two camps or groups. One group was led by United States of America and other by the Soviet Union. एक जो ग्रुप था वो यूनाइटेड स्टेट द्वारा लीड किया गया और जो दूसरा ग्रुप था वो सोवियत यूनियन के द्वारा लीड किया गया. The newly independent countries were forced to join these groups. These groups were based on military facts. This grouping of nations into two camps were known as alignment. These grouping of nation, ये जो grouping थी nations की, उस nation जो दो camps में divide हुए उन्हें alignment कहा गया. So the policy of alignment posed a danger to the freedom and development of the poor countries. Our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, felt danger deeply. So, dear student, this is again very important question. Who is the first Prime Minister of India? So, the answer is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is the first Prime Minister of India. he decided not to join any of these military groups. So let's understand more. So he also took the lead. Began caution smaller and poorer countries of danger to their freedom. This foreign policy of country not to join any military group is called the policy of non-alignment. Dear student, two other countries like Egypt and Yugoslavia also realized that truth. So they adopted the policy of non-alignment and spread it. The leaders of these three countries, Pandit Nehru and Colonel Nasser and Marshal Tito came together. So they jointly laid down 5 principles according to which the nation of the world should cooperate with each other. These ideas took the form of big movement. This was called as the non-aligned movement. Dear student, this is very important which you should know. So what is its purpose? Its purpose was to urge small nations not to join military camps or pact. Today, more than 100 number of United Nations are the member of the non-aligned movement. So let's understand it. Okay, as I am again highlighting it, this is the important part of the chapter. So the non-aligned movement are as follows: to cooperate with one another in various fields, to solve problem of poverty, to remove ignorance and disease, to develop trade and commerce, to take a program for bringing prosperity. So these are the motive of non-aligned movement. So the members of non-aligned movement have been raising their voice in the United Nations. They have made big nation hear their voice. They have been very effective in protesting against the pilling of deadly weapons. This movement has been biggest contribution of India in world peace. जो ये movement था उसका world peace में विश्व शांति में बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है. So the member of non-aligned movement now depend more upon one another than on the big countries. So dear student, this is all about 19th chapter, which is India and the United Nations. Dear student, this is the last chapter of class 5. So, dear student, wish you all the best for your next class. Thank you.